Welcome to the Believe in Your Office podcast, sponsored by Boomerang and Common Sense Office Furniture, the podcast where we explore what makes workplaces work. Every episode features candid conversations with leaders, business professionals, and workplace experts who've been in the trenches. They share the real stories, the wins, the failures, and the lessons learned about culture, teamwork, and leadership that actually matter. Let's get into it.
The recording has started. Another episode of Josh and John on
That's got a good ring to it.
Believe in Your Office rap session, where we talk about everything going on in the world / some office happenings and hopefully some things that are going on that kind of benefit the conversation. But
Are you a big sports guy? Are you a Phillies guy?
yep,
You Phillies?
Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, Eagles.
Yeah. So I mean, Phillies will probably win the World Series this year. Do you
Oh,
think
I
that
hope so.
attendance is up in sports right now? I mean, I'm coming back.
Well, we've always had Philadelphia has always had great attendance, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we're one of those. It was funny. We played the Tigers just this past weekend before the All-Star break, and there was empty seats right behind home. I mean, Philly doesn't sell out. We had the longest streak in MLB history of sellouts. I think it was something crazy, like 300 and something games or something like that. But
Wow.
you're definitely the ballpark's definitely full every night.
Right.
But yeah, I think people are sports, that whole thing was like when it was ripped away from you, they wanted it back as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I think that rings true, and I also think it's I feel like there's more. Like, I'm from Atlanta, so I was a Brave. I had season tickets to the Braves, and
Hmm.
and they averaged. I think their running average was about 36,000 a game,
Yeah.
right? Post COVID and pre COVID, whatever. But it feels like there's more now. They're up. They're ticked up. I feel like a lot of it is just because people want to be around people, and there's nowhere else to be around people. Where else are you gonna
Yeah.
go?
Well, I
You
mean,
gonna
that's
go?
what we talk
What are you
about.
gonna go do?
Yeah,
That's why the office has to be the same way. Is
I
what I'm
think that's
saying.
a, I think that's a real important thing. I think that it's also um the fact of the office as well. I think it
Yes.
happens.
Yeah.
That's definitely the same way.
Yeah, you want people to go, I need to go to the office today, and and I want to go. You want both of those to collide when it comes to going to the office space, is what I think. And I do think that the Phillies could win the World Series, but it could be that you have to play the Braves in five and y'all lose out again. Because that's a
Well,
great rivalry, man. And
it
I
is
think
an
good
awesome.
rivalries in sports, it used to be the Braves and the Nationals, where he was well, of course Harper was there then too, but then he went to Philly. But even back in the old days when Philly had Draybeck and all those guys on there, when they had the Chewbacca guy, that was a wild bunch with John Kruk and those. I mean, crazy team. And
Yeah,
Atlanta was always kind of buttoned up a little bit more, so you had like that was always such a fun
Smoltz and
game to go
Maddox
watch.
and Chipper Jones
Yeah,
and all those guys.
yeah.
They were always good rivalries. We didn't get. I mean, look. I mean, the Mets stink, so you can't. I mean, they just. You're
They're
not playing
awful.
that.
They're not even like taking ground balls right now.
Oh my
They can't even
gosh.
catch a ground
They had the
ball.
most errors in the modern era the other last week. I think they had like 9 errors in the game or
Yeah,
something. It's crazy.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I see that part of it. I think that side of the furniture is, that's why I think comedy is working in a lot of ways for a lot of people because people like the community of comedy more than they like the community of like whether they're sitting there to watch people or they want to just be around people. That's what I try to tell about my room. Like I'm always like, look, man, this is you're working on getting funny, but you're also this is a community. Like so you build friendships here, you build your, fan base here, whatever you want to call it. And that's what gets people to come back when they feel that kind of warmth. It's almost like I tell it's like church a little bit. I grew up in church. I was in ministry for a while, and I think it's people miss that community a part of small community. They miss it because they need that kind of stuff. You need to hang out with people that you're not comfortable hanging out with sometimes. Because that's what draws out the like that's the challenge of humanity. I
Hmm.
get along with other humans all the time.
Yeah, I also think that it's when you're just it's very important, but you're also we were I was saying we were at the beach the other day and it's like you're so different than being on the phone. I mean, the phone's in front of you all the time, you
Yeah.
know. And now your phone will be like, you doom scrolled for 9 hours this week, right? You're like, oh my
Oh
God,
yeah, I
I
turned that
did.
thing off. I don't
This
want to
is
know anymore. It's too
terrible.
sad.
I
Yeah.
don't, this is awful. But I think I found myself going like, I need to put this thing in another room so I can actually see the world.
Yeah.
I was walking the beach the other day and it was like, I noticed like my head's down and I'm like, my head's down. I'm like, you can't see anything. You have to keep your head up so you're the whole point of walking, but you get so used to like looking at your phone or looking at your
Mhm.
steps and then you gotta, and I think that that's what people want to get, that's why they like those social events because then you can just kind of ignore those other
Yeah,
things
there's a
that
revolt
drag you
against it a
down.
little bit. I mean, we're so entrapped in our phone. I think there's the baby boomer generation, right? They got super addicted to the phone, and I think they saw the younger generation they don't have to have it all the time, but it's on them all the time, and so everybody's trying to figure out the balance and figuring it out. Dude, it takes it's because it does draw you in. It is like a drug. I mean, they figured out the dopamine drip on this thing, and they figured out how to get you to want to always have to look at it and feel like
Hmm.
you're going to miss out on something or something's going to happen if you don't look at it. Like the
Hmm.
world's going to fall apart. But the world's kind of been the same for a long time. It hasn't been that much different. It's kind of been spinning the way it's been spinning, and now we just have way more information that's being input into our brains, and we have to figure out how to calculate all the stuff that's going on at one time. Like, I don't need to know all the things all the time. It's insane. You know what I mean? It's too much. Like,
I
we're
mean,
talking
it
about
used to
war in
be,
Iran. Like, Trump comes home and says some stuff. Then you got Lindsey Graham's down. Like, there's too much going on out here.
I, there's way too much going on, but you really need to, what the heck am I even saying? I just totally lost my train of thought. Is that the craziest? Did that ever
No, it's
happen to
out
you?
there. 100%, dude. I'm on
I'm
stage
just like,
all the time.
what the hell am I trying to say out loud right now on a
That's
podcast?
the
I
thing.
sound
I
like a
know.
fool.
Yeah, that's part of talking out loud. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like people sending me AI emails. I'm like, what's going? Like, just let me know that it's you talking.
Well,
What's going to
that,
happen when you write a book, when somebody writes a book with AI and it doesn't sound like the person that wrote the book? What's going to happen then? Are
well,
we
it's
going to
funny
know any
because
different?
you know when it's AI, right? Like,
Right now, for sure you do.
don't you like when someone sends you an AI email, you're like, wait a minute, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you never spoke
I
like
know the
that
guy.
before.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Yeah.
you. Like,
He can't
you're not
spell
like
tortoise,
you
dude.
don't start the sentence with top of the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You don't do that. It's too,
Cheerio. Like it's like,
yeah.
yeah, have a
Where
great day.
AI
And
thought
then
you
they
were
use these
English.
dashes. AI uses these dashes when they write, where it's
Yeah.
like they have these little hyphens and then the semicolons and all these things. And I go, come on, man. Like, we know you're not writing that. Like, you didn't write that. Why don't you?
Yeah.
You, I think it's kind of insulting if someone's using AI, because you're like, wait a minute, you couldn't take the time to really think about it. Now, there's certain things that's not insulting because we use a lot of AI. But
Sure.
I'm saying if someone's sending you a personal note and you get like and it's AI'd, you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. I don't read it. It's like when somebody, it's like if my wife sends me a text message and underneath the text message it says read more, because meaning that the text message is super long. So I got to click on the read more so that it'll open up her entire text message. I'm not reading that text message. I'm going to let her, I'll send her a thing back and say, call me and tell me those words. I'm not going to let you like make me read 500 words on an email or a text message and then I'm gonna read it the wrong way, right? Where it's gonna feel like she's being
Oh, that
passive
happens all the time.
aggressive.
You're
Yeah,
always like, but you find out real quickly what people think of you. You're like, why are you yelling at me? I'm like,
yeah.
not. And I'm
It's
like,
just
wait, do
how
I
I
yell a
text.
lot? Because because you read my
Yeah,
text like you're yelling at me, right?
yeah.
But
A
like,
lot of exclamation points.
I have a good buddy that you text him and he never replies. He just calls you. I
Yeah,
think that's awesome because he's like, listen, man, I was gonna text you and then we were gonna text back and forth like 30 times, and then we're gonna like be giggling to ourselves with our using our thumbs to write messages. I just figured we could chat real quick. It's so true.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
you
You
get.
froze for a second. That was weird.
I did. Oh, you froze. I
Yeah, you
thought.
freak. Yeah, you froze. I
Oh,
did. Well, I
oh.
guess we both did. If one's freezing,
No,
we both froze.
but chatting is like a lost art. I wonder, you know, there's so many people who, don't even remember. Do you remember how nervous you were when you had to call a girl, ask her out on a date?
Dude,
You would be like,
Derek Streep has a great joke
you
about it, but
dial
yeah,
the
it is.
phone and it'd be attached to the wall, and then you hang
Yeah,
the phone up, right?
yeah. And then the old man would answer. You have to talk to the old man. You
Oh,
have to talk to
hi.
the dad. Yeah.
Hi, Mr. Sorrell.
Can I come over
Is your
there and pick
daughter
up your
home?
daughter? Yeah. It's unbelievable. Then people don't have to get nervous anymore. And that's kind of, they need to be nervous to call. Like they need to be that kind of thing about there is an interaction with a human that makes you nervous, that gets your anxiety up or gets your adrenaline up or whatever, that people need to experience that stuff all the time. And that you don't need to call it like I'll have anxiety. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all have anxiety, dude. You know what I mean? Like all my friends that have anxiety issues, I'm like, dude, just you got to do more in the world. The world, you just got to get out there and do it. Because the more you let it come into you, like the more you like think about how it's not going to work out, because it always works out. That's what I have figured.
One way or
If you
another, it
stay the
works out.
course, it works out. Yeah. If you know what your truth is, or you know what your thing is, and you know your path, it's going to work out. You have to stay grounded with who you are and doing stuff, and as a person, and you just keep moving forward. Otherwise, you're going to get trapped in this thing of like, why isn't it going right for me this way? Why am I not doing it right this way? And you're going to start looking inward. Then you're not going to be social anymore to ask questions at all, and you'll be afraid to ask, to do stuff on your own. You're going to be able to, that's why I wonder about the collaboration thing, because you're going to start to realize that like you have no communication skills whatsoever. So now when you do need to communicate, what are you going to do in the collab room? Text somebody?
They communicate. It's a different level of communication. I've never seen so many. What are those things called? They're not onomatopoeias. What are the things that, like when it's like IDK or
Oh
TTLY
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
TTYL?
Yeah, I know what they're
What are those
called, but
called?
yeah,
Like
for people that
acronyms?
don't
I
know how
don't
to,
know.
yeah,
So, but there's some, like, do
not
you
an
ever have to look them
acronym,
up?
but yeah,
Do you ever have to look them up?
yeah,
Someone sends me an email at work, and I'm like, the other thing that I'm finding out too, and it'll be funny if any of the salespeople hear this, but a lot of times if I send an email out to the whole staff, now, did you know the new Outlook has a like button or
yeah.
a dislike button? So
I didn't know they had a dislike,
it's
but
just
for
like
one.
it's just like in text messages where you can put a thumbs up or something. Now you
Uh-huh.
can just like it, but it doesn't reply to you. It just goes in this other like alerts section where it says like you have these alerts, and then all these emails weren't replied to, but these people responded because they read them like, hey, they liked that, or they agreed with you, or they hearted it.
So
And
I got to
I'm
go through. I got to open up a different tab to see that.
Yeah. And so now I'm like, well, I'm like, do I like it or not? Because like, you don't have to feel like you always have to reply to something. It's just
Right.
quicker to like it or say it, but at least I know you got the email, and you kind of like you're basically saying like I agree.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I think you should be required to have to respond to it if you get an email. I mean, we've already dumbed it down to where text messages are only emojis now. That's all they are. They're nothing else.
do
I
you
don't
send
like,
do your texts always have emojis, or like
no,
you like a big meme sender, or you're just like
no, no. My wife sends memes. She'll do it. Like relationship meme stuff. She'll send me that kind of stuff. But I'll send her memes
BBT?
on like how to vacuum the house if she starts sending me that. If she'll send me stuff on how to like ten ways to communicate better, or 10 ways to improve your relationship, I'll definitely will start sending her videos on like how to load the dishwasher. I mean,
10
I
fastest way.
am not
Start
here
with the
to like,
silverware.
yeah, yeah. What do we like? Go vacuum the rooms if we're going to do that. Like, I'm not here to sit down all the time and talk about my thing. It's too much. Let's just. I had a girl tell me one time, and it's true, man. Like, show me, don't tell me should be like everybody's slogan, right? Learn to shut up and just do the work. Show me, don't tell me is a great like T-shirt, because it is true. I can you can talk your way out of not doing something by believing that you're doing it by talking about it. You
Say
know what I
that
mean?
again.
You can believe you're doing something by talking about the thing that you're going to do, right? So if I talk about something long enough, you can convince yourself that you've done it and you're not going to ever do it again. You don't have to, because you'll get that feeling of what it feels like to do it. And so you
You're
won't
very
just take the
right.
steps to go do it.
Okay, I get it. because you know what I started doing, like when I was very young, when I was in my youth, coming up in the business world, I used to reply and fire back emails all the time, like, "Hey, this." Okay, get a reply. First thing that came to your mind, reply. Hey, what do you do here? Reply. Or someone says something, you reply. And so now I start letting things kind of marinate and say, like, okay, like I know my initial reaction. Let's just see if it is the same in an hour. Let's see if it's the same in 6 hours. Let's see if it's the same tomorrow. And so that's really like, it's really helped. Number one, kind of it helps from a leadership standpoint. But number two, I found that many times I've written a reply and then I just don't send it and delete it, but it feels like I said what I needed to say.
Yeah.
So I said it, but no one heard it. But I
Right.
wrote it down and I just deleted it because it
Yeah.
was like, this is what I really want to say. And then I just delete it and move on. Right. And
Yeah. Well,
so
you were saying something that somebody else didn't need to hear,
probably, or
right?
they did, or it was
Or it
just
could have
like,
caused a
hey,
little controversy or something.
yeah, it's just like, hey, I'm just gonna take the high road, or you know what, I'm gonna let this one go. It doesn't matter. I really want to say this, but it's kind of being ticky tack or nitpicky. I don't need to say that, but let me say it and then delete it.
Yeah.
It's actually helped out a lot. It's funny. A lot of times I feel like I do a text message too, like where people are in a big group. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna say this, and I'm like, maybe I don't even know who's on this text, so I should probably not say that and then delete it. And it's like, well, it felt like you said it because you wrote it down. So that's what you were saying. It's like you can convince yourself that you've done something even though you haven't because you just keep saying it out loud.
Yeah, and I think that that's what causes a lot when you have a high expectation of certain things and you don't when your expectations are high, when you sell a high expectation to things, whether it's you're going to go learn, like you can tell somebody, I'm going to go learn to snowboard, and you can do all this research on going to learn to snowboard, and you never go snowboard because that's enough for a lot of people now. Like I'm convinced that YouTube, and I don't. This isn't a conspiracy, because I cook a lot. All right, we cook a lot. I never go out to eat. We cook every night. I'm convinced that people watch cooking videos that don't cook. They don't cook. They watch the video and that gives them enough satisfaction of what cooking can do, and then they order DoorDash.
I'm a very visual learner, and so I basically I've been barbecuing now for like I guess 8 years, smoking, like
Yeah,
slow and slow, and I learned a lot of that from cooking shows and then
sure.
watching
I Me
YouTube
too.
videos and hey, this guy does it this way or this person. And so yeah, that's definitely useful.
Oh, I
But
use it, but I
you're
think
saying
that
that people just watch it and then don't do it.
look at the number of videos of couples that are out there that are traveling. Watch the number of traveling videos that are out there, right? They're all
Mhm.
sponsored too, by the way. They monetize their channels. They got millions of followers. And then go look at how many people watch those videos compared to how many people travel to the places that those people watched. You know what I mean? It's probably less than 5%.
Those are cool though because I think you like to see where everyone's gone. Like I don't, I'll watch them too. I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll put that on my list if I
I
ever
have
get
too.
there. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but it's cool like to see these spots. You're like, oh man, well if I'm ever in this corner of Italy and in this June in the
Yeah.
month of June,
Yeah.
it's
When
the
the
most
grapes are
amazing
all at
place in the
perfect.
world.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll have to stop by there sometime. It looks great, but I think that these that's kind of like what we've been opened up to is that you get so much, I was saying to someone the other day that I used to watch TV before bed. Now you're just scrolling. Like you're just like, and
You
I
don't
don't
even
like
watch
it.
it. Yeah.
I'll like throw my phone across the room just because I know I won't go get it. I'll be like, all right, let's just watch something like old Seinfeld
The other
episode.
day, I caught on Netflix and I'd started a movie. Like it was like 40 minutes in. Like I guess I watched it like, I don't know, 6 or 8 months ago and then forgotten about it. And I was like, I want to watch a movie from the middle to the end. You remember when you could do that? When you could just be flipping channels and you'd be on TNT and like Tombstone would be on, like right at the fight scene or something. You're like, I'm
Yeah.
watching the rest of Gladiator. I'm watching the rest of Tombstone. I don't want to watch all movies from the beginning. It's
No.
crazy.
Yeah.
I need to just see the good part. I need to just see the end of the Karate Kid. I don't need to see all of the Karate Kid.
The Godfather was on the other night, and it's like
Yeah.
That's one of the best ones where you're just, you're like, oh, this is the part where Sonny gets whacked. And then you're like, all right, cool. I've seen the rest of it. You just watch that part and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
I think that's why people like reels. I mean, because they're only like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, and you just kind of get what you want out of it.
Yeah, like I think reels were they've really sucked a lot of our time up though. You didn't do that with like when you used to watch a couple of movie previews at the beginning of a movie, that was all that you would watch and you'd remember them. You would get out of that movie, you would watch I remember watching Batman with Michael Keaton in it. We went to the theaters. We had to sit on the floor. There were so many people there. And I remember watching the preview. I don't remember now, but back then I remember it could have been Titanic, it could have been whatever. I remember leaving the movie as exciting as it was with 1,000 people in the movie theater, and still remembering what those previews were. I think now, if you were to ask me what the reels did I watch yesterday or did I watch last, I would not know. That's the only thing that I don't like.
Watching so many, it's just like all.
It's a way to cut your brain off, but without cutting it off. Which I'm not. I like to be bored, man. I do. I like to be bored. I do scroll on my phone, but when I go home, I definitely put my phone down. I definitely have, because I have a 20-month-old son. I don't want him to see my phone.
Yeah.
I don't, because he already knows what it is, man. And he already knows how to open it. He already knows how to take pictures with it. I'm like, dude, you're going to turn into a cyborg. I don't need you around here doing this. I mean, he's already texting at 20 months old. I'm like, you can't talk yet, dude.
Yeah.
It's like sending me emojis. I'm like, bro, back off.
Yeah.
He's like, check out this picture I took. I'm like, what is going on? I don't want it to be that affluent. I remember the first time I got a phone I could text on, it cost like $9 to send a text. And it was, and my dad got so mad because I worked with my dad during high school in the summer and he let me use one of their phones, right? It was a big flip phone, had the case and everything, the big briefcase. And he got the phone bill because I had a girlfriend. And instead of it being like $200, it was like $800 or $900. I mean, it was insane. I didn't know that every text message cost money. I mean, every one you sent out, like 10 cents a text. Remember, it was only free on the weekends back in the day.
He's like, you sent 8,000 texts in a month. Yeah.
I'm like, we're going to be together forever though, Dad. So, 17, I'm going to marry this girl.
All right.
That didn't work out.
It's getting around the witching hour here. So
same here. I got one more appointment at 4 o'clock.
We gotta go sell some furniture, but it's been great chatting, catching up. And
yeah, man. See you next week.
Like we always say, make a little noise quietly.
Yeah, me and Ryan are going out tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Your office isn't just where work happens. It's where culture is built, ideas are born, and teams come together. And if your workspace doesn't support the people in it, everything else becomes harder. That's where Boomerang and Common Sense Office Furniture comes in, supporting communities in Orlando, Florida, the tri-state area, and everywhere in between. Boomerang and Common Sense both specialize in high-quality office, hospitality, healthcare, and educational furniture that doesn't just look good, it performs. Whether you're furnishing a growing team, redesigning for hybrid work, or just need furniture that actually works for how people collaborate, Boomerang and Common Sense make it easy and affordable. Visit boomerangofficefurniture.com to see how the right furniture can transform the way your team works.